Oh, hello, good morning. Mark Donegan, self-healing practitioner, educator. June 1st, my oldest daughter's birthday, Christina. Happy birthday, Christina. I love you very much. I really appreciate that you to me first thing this morning and connected with me somewhat. I really appreciate that. And very proud of you and your family and um was thinking about when you were born and all the labor your mom went through and who you were when you were born and how you were the caretaker and how you are the caretaker and took care of both your mom and myself. And then when Jennifer was born a couple years later, you took care of her. And then, my memories of you are always carrying Jennifer around, being the mama, taking care of everything and everyone. And you still do the same thing in the family and in your family, in your very large family now. Um, so, that I just couldn't be happier to have a daughter like you. Um, all my daughters are special in their own ways, but as number one, you're everything a number one is supposed to be. And really appreciate that you've led the family for me. So thank you. And have a good day. I'm just sitting here doing some wiggling around and thinking about you, of course. So yeah, when I was thinking about you earlier and being the caretaker, I I had said some other words to myself that they didn't come out in the recording right, so I had to erase it. But I don't want to forget to repeat it to you. That being a caretaker, and you're seeing what I'm doing now, having to take care of myself because of my own things that I've done in life, where I have to focus on myself so much that I can't focus on anyone else. It seems that if you don't take care of yourself and do these things you need, take the time you need, the self care stuff that everyone talks about, um, and you can't give to others. You're gonna be having to take care of yourself. I don't want you to ever be in that position. So make sure you take care of yourself and be soft and gentle and appreciate yourself for being the caretaker to everyone and do everything, including your dad. So whenever you get those shots to be good to yourself, take them. Because I know they won't come near often enough in your life. And all I can do is point it out to take those shots and to relax in your role being the caretaker. Because pretty much, from what I can tell, in our family, everyone does taking care of themselves. I'm the only slacker around, and I'm telling you it's okay. Everybody's doing fine. Talked to Bob yesterday, and everything is as it should be. And by the way, this is called deportment. It's something that everybody should do and know. I'm amazed people don't. It can be done in many different ways. I'm just goofing around with my knuckles, but I've spent a lot of time getting my bones soft, and your bones can actually get soft. They're alive, they breathe. The softer they get, the more impact that they can take and absorb, and also the make a deal out, if you want to think about it in those terms. Uh, but it's just, something that I have to do to keep my arms moving, like especially this right arm when it was like pretty well paralyzed. People didn't understand how I was able to move through the paralysis. This was pretty much my most effective tool, was the deportment, using the arm that did work, bouncing on the nerves, until they didn't really work, but they got enough circulation in them to, that they would work. Sort of, that's how you force. I don't want to say force it to work, but allow the universe to do its magic and flow through. You give it the possibility of being able to work when you give it circulation. And this is the best way to create circulation with deportment. And as long as you keep a loose wrist, it won't tire you out too much. I'm not perfect, so I'm definitely going to have, there's some tension that's going to rotate up into my shoulders, but I try to keep them down. It's something that if you mentally focus on, you can do better. And I spent a lot of years in training where, I was sitting there depoting on something and I had Mirror walking around sort of bapping people on the back of the head when they had their shoulders up. It's not that hard to figure out when somebody's got their shoulders up. That's why it irritates me when movement therapists or people walk around and bat people having their shoulders up, because they know they have their shoulders up. And yeah, the reminder is good, but at the same time, it's just like, it's obvious. Everyone has their shoulders up. This is a thing of mine. I don't pick on people for having their shoulders way up around their ears, because we all do to some degree if you look at it. In my business, most people walk around with nice, relaxed shoulders. Like my late partner, Audie. She has nice, relaxed shoulders and a straight spine, And that's how they all are, and they think everybody's got to be all perfect. And it's like, no, because even in them, I can see where they got a little tension one way or the other, because I've been doing this a long time. Yeah, self-care stuff, Chris. I do lots of little light tapping with my fingers. Lots of breathing. Breathing is like, they make it difficult with all of their little techniques and meditations and whatnot. They make it difficult. It's really just not. It's just about, exhaling, letting it out at any time you want, no particular way. You just exhale, and then the inhale is automatic. So I tell everybody, the inhale is automatic. That's my breathing test. How do you breathe? People will say, well, you inhale this way, or you inhale for 5 count. No, you fail. How you breathe is you exhale, and then you inhale automatically. You can count however long you want after that, dude. But yeah, speaking, so I'm going to do a little exhale breathwork meditation, because it just feels right. But this is called Kundalini Yoga, Breath of Fire, done Mark Donegan way. And the caveat is that Breath of Fire is done like a woman giving birth or a dog panting. All right? I'm not going to get all intense like that. I'm going to get it all intense in my own way. So when they exhale like that means their stomach's going in a little, right? Right? Well, I'll just keep doing that, but slow. Slow. All the way in, all the way in. And then I'm going to inhale when I relax out, I'm going to inhale. I'm going to let air in very carefully, slowly. From the bottom to the top. And I'll exhale out of the top to the bottom. And then I'll do my repeated exhales. And then the next inhale will be bigger. Okay, I'm releasing top to bottom. Okay, now pull in, pull in, pull in, pull in slow, pull in slower, pull in even slower. Move a little, find some air. Keep pulling in, keep pulling in, keep moving, finding air. Keep moving, finding air. Expand, contract, expand, contract, expand, contract, expand, contract. Now I'm going to breathe in to my abdomen first, then to the top. Slow as I can. Full and big. I want to keep spreading and let that air push and grind and pump me out as big as I can be pumped. And then I want to reverse slowly at some point before it gets to be too much. So, well, it feels good. I want to reverse and go back in. And repeat if you want, or stop if you want. It's a breath cycle. You only have to do it once. Okay, so I'll stop it there. See, I broke the cycle. All right, so thing is, something happens, whatever it is in your day, you just saw me do a bunch of exhales, not that hard. Okay, something happens in your day. Exhale. That's it. That's the trick. Exhale. Not that I do it right all the time. That's the difference between adrenaline firing and adrenaline not firing. It's the difference between you freezing when something's coming at you and you moving. And can you do it with mental thought every time in time? No. But can you do it with reaction more and more through training? Yes. Just with the exhales. That's, simple breath work, a version of Kundalini breath of fire, which you can look up, do research on. They have their way, which is very much quicker. It can be longer. They do some very intense stuff with it. I'm not putting it down. They can breathe, 5 minutes and stuff, crazy stuff like that. They can do all kinds of neat stuff with their breath work. So I'm not putting it down. Mine, I don't even know what it's good for. I just know that it works for me. And I can push out and I can push through things once I've exhaled enough and exhaled a new place, and I can breathe into a new place. And it's also, you want to be able to breathe the parts of your body. You want to be, just with your mind, you want to be able to breathe to something. And then you put your hand to it and touch it, and then that will help your breath go to that place. It's just like when you're working on somebody else. When you don't touch them and they've got a pain, and you just touch them and ask them to breathe to it, that alone is going to give them some relief because it's going to provide some circulation, some connection to that place. It also might provide a little awakening. So you might want to do a little rubbing around, make it feel better, massage kind of thing. So there is that kind of thing that goes on when you touch somebody else or you touch your own spot. There's an awakening there. But is that a painful sensation or not? Or is it just a sensation? See, pain, is a construct of our mind. And believe me, I'm really trapped in that construct. But it is a construct of the mind. And your body is going to react to it. It's not of the mind in that way. Your mind has to take into account your body's reaction to what's going on. The pain is more than a signal. It's a signal, but it's also like having not gotten the signal from paralysis. It's a signal you really want because your body does have limits. And when you push it past there, pain is not the issue anymore. You're causing damage to your body because you're thinking you're going to do mind over matter stuff. Well, your body is not working in that way for a reason, and it doesn't want to bend that way for a reason. And You wanting to do that is just incorrect. Because we all want to be that 4-year-old self again, and we're not wanting to accept our injuries and our limitations. And I'm starting to learn it only when I accept my injuries and limitations am I able to find new ways and new things that I'm able to do instead of crying about and pushing to try to do the old things. And so that's the last thing I'll leave you with today on your birthday day, Chris. Um, is watch out for the old patterns and look for the new things that you can do. And you get feel stuck in somewhere. Yeah, don't fret over not being able to do things because you're getting so old. And don't buy into that old age thing either. Uh, it, it's again, it's all in a person's mind. And I've seen people, and you've seen people in our family who've turned old at your age, and then so I hope you get the concept that that is very much in a person's mind and what they see in their minds. Just like what people see in other people's bodies, they think they see something, but it's not what they see. And it's not just a lack of appreciation. It's just the way that we're programmed, and we always need to be uh, open that we're not seeing people for who they really are. And I've said that in a few videos recently that people never know who they really are in this life, and we're always trying to define ourselves and change ourselves. Or at least hopefully we are to some degree. So yeah, Mrs. Caretaker, I'm wishing you a happy birthday, and I'm hoping that everyone is taking care of you today at home, and that you get Dad's message and you enjoy life. And I've seen you doing that, and I very much am proud of you for that too. So love you, daughter. Have a wonderful birthday.